Your heart, the center of all those loving emotions like compassion and forgiveness, or even feeling proud of yourself with some self-esteem, or maybe even feeling broken-hearted. Yes, you probably felt that when you've had that broken heart. It actually feels like that right in the center of the actual organ. Or maybe even you feel some stress around your shoulders and your chest because of related to muscles that connect to the heart. Well, how do we strengthen the heart? How do we strengthen our resilience from those emotions? How do we strengthen the shoulders and the muscles that are related, which will in turn still strengthen the heart so we can have a strong heart? That's what we do here, so stick around. Yes, your heart is a muscle. It's not a skeletal muscle, but it is a muscle, and we need to strengthen that. We can actually strengthen that through similar reflexes that strengthen other related muscles. One related muscle to the heart is the subscapularis muscle. That's one of your rotator cuff muscles. It's underneath the scapula here, subscapularis. Here, under the armpit, and comes up and the tendon attaches right here. So you can have shoulder issues, neck issues, rotator cuff issues if there's issues with that muscle. Either tightness, you can have tendonitis from where the tendon is right here, and that's where it supports your rotator cuff, or if it's not supporting the function of the scapula, it will affect the whole junction here and eventually up into the neck, creating sort of a wing scapula along with the serratus anterior muscle. That's one muscle, the subscapularis. We have another one, the subclavius, right under your clavicle here, that helps support the strength of the AC joint here, and ideally how that clavicle can move well over top that first, second rib junction. Some very important acupuncture points right here that we want to keep clear, and we want to strengthen these muscles so they support each other in that tensegrity, so that all the bones are sitting where they need to be. So how do we strengthen the subscap and the subclavius muscles? Well, we can start with some lymphatic points. We can see there's some right there beneath the clavicle. And then if we drop down another notch, there's another one right there. So the first two little rib spaces right there, get your fingertips between it and rub those lymphatic buttons. See, there's some on the back too. You can reach back there and get that too. We can boost the lymphatic fluid to those muscles and also to the heart. The heart needs good lymphatic flow as well. It does pump our blood for us, but we need that lymph juice to flow in there and out of there so it takes the trash out and takes good healthy proteins and immune fighting cells in there as well. So that's one way we can strengthen the heart. We can strengthen the actual muscle of the heart with these lymphatic reflexes. And at the same time, we're strengthening that subscapularis muscle and the subclavius muscle. So we're strengthening our shoulders too. Yeah, if we have strong shoulders, then we feel like we have less of a burden on them, right? Things tend to roll off easily. Another way, of course, is the meridian, the heart meridian. You can see it actually starts in the armpit, comes here over the elbow, or a little tendon attachment here, up the arm to the wrist, all the way to the pinky, across the palm to the pinky. It's actually to the nail bed of that pinky right there. So the direction is from the armpit out to the pinky. Just pushing that chi down that river, we can strengthen that heart meridian and bring more and more chi to that muscle of the heart. Remember, that is your spirit house, and it creates energy and chi for you. So the stronger we can get that, the more energy production we actually have. Swipe the meridian. You can also rub on a couple of these specific points. This heart number 8, this is a good emotion point for those emotions of the heart to help process that stuff. Get some acupuncture, whatever you need to do if you want to really strengthen that stuff. But daily, you can just swipe that meridian and keep it strong. Another way we can strengthen the heart is actually through intentional forgiveness. Time and time again, I see this in the office. I see it on myself. We test that subscapularis muscle. We're trying to use all these other kinesiology reflexes to get it to strengthen, like those lymphatic points. We've got some vascular reflexes and other acupuncture points, or actual receptors in the belly of the muscle. We just can't get the thing to turn on. And I'll just stop with the person and ask them who they need to forgive, and immediately they know who we're talking about. It's either themselves or somebody else. We put them through a little forgiveness process, or they can do their internal work personally and forgive, and that muscle will come right back on. We know we've strengthened the heart when we see those muscles turn on. We know something has shifted in their belief system when they really just let that stuff go. I heard this before. Forgiveness really doesn't feel natural. It's why it's really more supernatural. Sometimes we do need some help. So if you need to pray about it, go for it. It is a spiritual connection. When we have that non-forgiveness or resentment or bitterness towards somebody, we're still putting blame out there. So it's like we're giving away our blessings. We're giving away our power. I always say that, that non-forgiveness is like a blessing blocker, because we're trying to get our blessings and God's trying to give us our blessings, but we just throwing daggers at somebody else spiritually. So forgiveness, that's like, you might have heard it's similar to resentment. It's like taking poison and waiting for that other person to get sick. It just doesn't work. So forgive yourself, forgive other people. Try to strengthen that compassion and unconditional love and understanding. If it's toward yourself, forgiveness toward yourself, and give yourself some credit for where you are and what you've done. Give yourself some pride, some self-esteem that can strengthen that. So forgiveness is really the key to a lot of things. There's many ways to do that, cutting spiritual cords and going through that process. Heart math actually has a good process of coherence for the heart. That whole 18-inch journey you might have heard of. We've got neural pathways not only in the brain, but in the heart. And we have connective ones between the brain and the heart. And when we focus there specifically and do these exercises and focus on moving from that heart space, then we build more and more coherence between the brain and the heart. We're really moving from that loving instinct rather than just reactive mindset. Okay? So practice some of those things, forgive yourself and others, and watch these shoulders get better and watch your heart strengthen at the same time. Now, of course, nutrients. We live on food, right? We live on food. What type of food are you taking in? If you're taking in a lot of sugar, that's very inflammatory and spiking your blood sugar and insulin up and down, that can get damaging to the arteries and veins and the heart as well. So we need good, healthy proteins, good, healthy fats. There are some different herbs and vegetables out there that we can take. Beets. What does a beet look like? Looks like your heart. There's a lot of stuff inside of a beet that will help make more blood. Anytime you can help yourself continually make more blood, of course, you're going to have more blood in the river, in the whole cardiovascular system, giving your heart an easier chance to pump things along. Watch out for, like I said, sugar, alcohol, and smoking, so that we're not continually contracting and relaxing those arteries and veins from an outside source. They can do that naturally for us. Take care of your diet. Feed that heart healthy nutrients. Get some exercise as well. We want to get that heart rate up and challenge ourselves a little bit, so we're building resilience. And just like any muscle, we need to do something to strengthen that muscle too. So you get that heart rate up and challenge it every once in a while. All right, so in conclusion, strengthen the heart. Subscapularis, subclavius muscles, you can use the lymph points, swipe the meridian, watch your diet, look for some different nutrients like beets and different things like that, and omega-3s that'll help limit your mental stress by forgiving yourself, forgiving others, have some unconditional compassion, and live from that heart space. Practice some of those exercises where you get that coherence between brain and heart, and you'll see that you've expanded that compassion coming off of you, and watch the serendipitous moments just show up more often. We love you all. Love yourself. This is the organ of love. We will see you in the next video.